Hello and welcome to Rooted in Courage. I'm so happy that you're here. For today's session, we are going to do kind of a quicker, just calling forth the fullness of us, like the ways in which we may have felt like we needed to be sort of like half of ourselves. Do you see Tally? So it's kind of a calling forth of the fullness of ourselves, the fullness of our lives, and just dropping away or clearing away that which limits us from creating, living, being alive from this space. And this fullness is also this beautiful expansion, this beautiful like merging of like all the rivers I'm seeing too, just like all parts of us, like in all the ways all parts of us are welcome. So yeah, like I said, this will be a shorter session. Maybe you're watching midday, in the morning or at night. This would be perfect for any time. Let us begin here. And again, I hope you're doing well. And thanks for being here. So let's take our candle. I have this tea light with some rose petals in here. And then this little tea light holder. I'm taking some matches. And just setting an intention again, so on behalf of my and yours and everyone who will be watching this video's highest and greatest good, in perfect comfort, alignment, empowerment, and peace. I wish to conduct this by proxy distance Reiki healing session. If you so choose to accept this Reiki, there's nothing you have to do. You can even just say like, I accept. You can also just use this as a relaxing video. Whatever you choose to do is wonderful. So we are calling in this fullness of you, this anywhere you've maybe felt like you needed to be half of yourself, or there's any tension, there's any disconnect with like your true self, your true loving nature, just calling forth that fullness. Feels very creative and just beautiful. So calling forth that, and then also clearing away anything that holds us back from that. I'm beginning to take some beautiful, deep, full breaths, seeing if you can soften into the surface that you're sitting or lying on, even allowing yourself to just like melt into the surface that you're sitting or lying on. And yeah, I also, for our session, I'm going to pull an oracle card. I actually have a new deck. It's called the Rumi Oracle, so the poet Rumi from the 1300s, I believe. It smells so good. This deck is absolutely beautiful. So it's Rumi's poems and then this beautiful artwork that has just these amazing colors and then just like little lines, one line on the bottom here. So I'm just going to pull a card asking for if there's any support for you. Of course there's support for you here for this week, but what support can this deck provide for this week, for anything that you may be struggling with? I love this. This is so absolutely perfect for this. So we pulled Sacred Union, and it seems like there's these two beings that are converging here, and it feels like allowing all these beautiful, and maybe in your mind or in society's mind not so beautiful in terms of what that typically means, come together here and be light, create, be this swirl of artwork. And it's also the number 19, if that has anything meaningful that it stands for you. So again, this balance, this beautiful, like, just connection to all parts of you, to just the fullness of life. So calling in and leading from this beautiful energetic space. I'm going to first here take actually have some spearmint oil. Taking some, it smells so good. Just taking like a single drop here on my hands. If you can imagine that spearmint smell, if you enjoy that, and just kind of channeling all around you this beautiful clearing of anything in the way of that fullness of you to be celebrated, to be lived through. So we're just clearing away anything from the day here. I'm going to draw in the Reiki symbols too to send to you. Continuing that beautiful breath, that melting into the surface that you're sitting or lying on. Just actually going to hold up this tea light here as I send Reiki to you. If you want to even focus on this light, feels like there's this beautiful sort of like just purification, like this clearing, this release happening as we just sweep away anything that keeps us from ourselves, like our true selves, and keeps you from yourself. Taking, again, this beautiful spearmint. Honoring the cycles of your life. I'm seeing just like a snake here in the throat. Like the subconscious, that part of us that maybe feels shame for having this cyclical nature. But knowing that's part of it, that's part of this dance, part of this human journey are the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, and everything in between here. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to call in this beautiful and sacred connection to that fullness of you. I'm going to play the singing bowl here just to fully kind of call it in even more. So we are now calling forward that part of you that knows that all parts are worthy and beautiful and good and deserving and whole, just as you are. Finally, I'm going to take some Rosemary Essential Oil, just a drop on my hands here. I'll just coat your auric field with this beautiful protective rosemary, purifying and protective energy, so that you may feel like you can rest, relax into your authentic self, so that you can breathe a little bit more deeply, a little bit more fully, so that you can relax the muscles of your body and create from this beautiful sacred space that you are and always have and always will be. Okay, just fluffing up your aura with this rosemary. Awesome. So I will see you soon. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this video, if you like my vibe, feel free to, or I would appreciate you subscribing or leaving a comment or a like. Yeah, thank you. I also have a Patreon if you're interested in more of this type of content, poetry, Reiki, ASMR, affirmations, things like that. So thank you again, and I will see you soon. Be well. Take care.